Hello everyone, welcome and happy, oh my goodness, okay. Happy Belle Automata, I don't actually know how to pronounce it, but happy Belle Automata release day. I'm very excited. I'm happy to, I'm happy that I'm gonna be one of the people that gets to stream this, you know? But anyway, let me actually announce it on Twitter, as I'm always like last minute and it's ridiculous. Hi Fancy, hi Lyrical, welcome. There we go, that's one done. Hi Timmy, hi Liz. Okay, that's that done. I know, I'm always last minute. Hi Elena, welcome. Okay, let me put it on my Discord as well. Tappy is very hyper today too. Okay. Hello, Peach Tubers. I really like the music, you know? It's nice. Hi Vaga, hi Hika, hi Luna, hi Risu. I just learned this has been released. Okay, yeah, it's literally today, I believe. I've been seeing it on Twitter as well. I'm actually quite excited. I think it's been, you know, like marketed for a while now. Hi Wanju, welcome. Today has been a super stressful day for me though, so I'm kind of glad this will help me like relax and, you know. There we go. So that's out on my server too. So now I have alerted everyone. I can actually start. Right, okay. Chaps, you stay there and behave because, you know, I don't know. Right, okay. So over here a little bit. Okay, cool. Let's start.
I remember the first time I opened silicone-coated eyelids to see my master.
It's voiced? Oh my god, I didn't know it was voiced. See, I'm going in like completely blind for this, so...
Oh, I think that worked. I managed to get her booted up. Those were the first words he said to me. What's your name? You machines have names, don't you? I am the Dreamweaver, model T95.
Look at her eyes, guys. It's so sparkly. I love the art style. It's so pretty.
No, he said. A name isn't a set of numbers and letters. It's...
Hi, Eva. Welcome.
The definition had immediately come to mind, so I recited it out loud, droning the words flatly.
Hi, Uli. I know, right? Look at her pretty eyes. I can't stop looking at them. It's like looking at gemstones or something. They're so pretty. Like, look at, I keep on saying it, but look at her eyes. Oh my god.
A word or set of words by which a person, animal, place, or thing is known, addressed, or referred to.
No, open them. We want to see your eyes.
That's right. So, what's yours? The memory of staring at him blankly is so clear that I can practically see him in front of me, even now. I do not have one, I'd replied. Well, that doesn't seem right. How about this? I'll give you one. Fair warning though, I haven't named anyone since my kids were born.
I'm excited to play it too. I've been looking forward to it all week actually. More than 2 brains, yeah. You actually see them go down. It's really well done so far. I'm gonna go with default name as that's what I always go. So Orive.
He called me Orav. I loved him like a father. My master, no, my father, was a weaver of traditional silks, and I?
Oh yeah, I wonder if my arms will move. That's like going next level.
I was the machine that worked tirelessly at his side. For decades, we weaved the highest quality of silks alongside each other. We were creative soulmates. Every thread I wove matched him in every way. Maybe it's because of that, because my master treated me like a person, that I became this way. Alive, sentient, sapient. So you can imagine how I felt when his family said those words that I will never forget. That old Dreamweaver model? I guess we can auction it off. Grandpa's had it for so long that I doubt anyone would want it now that he's passed.
Oh, is this game gonna make me cry already?
An it. Not a person, but a thing. A thing to be given away without any input of her own.
Oh god. No, I'm not crying yet. My nose is just a bit annoying. I'm looking at Chappie to gain some happiness because this is so sad. Hi Ada, welcome.
And here I am, outside the home of my new master.
Okay, so she gets a new master. I'm glad. That's something. Oh my god.
The Nightmare Prince.
The Nightmare Prince. Imagine it going on eBay or something and that's the username of your like seller or buyer. It kind of makes me think of those emails that you create when you're like a teenager and later on you're like, oh, why did I pick this email? Nightmare Prince sounds a little bit cuter though. I think my first username was like DMD Wolf Girl or something, I don't know. Oh, the building is large and modern with sprawling water on either side of the main path to the house. Colourless with darkened windows, I cannot help the fear that weighs down on my chest. I've stood here for an hour, unable to run away, but unable to enter either. What would my old master say?
He would say, breathe, Harev.
Hi, Kennedy, welcome! You missed like a bit of sadness. I almost cried. I'm glad I didn't. So I do. Excuse the fact that the voice actor has like, you know, an American accent and then I say it and it sounds completely Unfortunately, I'm not a voice actor. Must be popular at parties. I love that. My chest fills with air, but I admit that it doesn't really calm me. I suppose breathing is just one of many human habits I copied from my master. Former master. I fuss with the edge of my dress, trying to keep calm, but even so, I can hear the fans that keep my central system from overheating spinning at maximum speed.
Master, I wish you were alongside me.
But then, if my master were still living, I wouldn't be here in the first place. I shut my eyes.
There's gotta be a bright side to this situation.
I'm gonna go in like completely blind without walkthrough or anything.
This place doesn't look like the home of someone who leaves.
Aww.
I guess I'll be doing something else then.
I can't imagine what, but the idea of living a new life strengthens my worried heart. Maybe I'll be repurposed into another class of android, a house management AI or something to that effect. Which, by the way, this game I think today is 20% off, so if you watch this and you're like, oh my god, I want to play it, then go ahead to Steam. Just so you know.
I'm delaying, aren't I?
My finger hovers over the doorbell. Once I press this button, there's no going back.
Let's do it.
I press it lightly with trembling fingers, then shut my eyes. No, don't shut your eyes, they're pretty. Sorry. I want to believe that my new master is kind, but instead I just feel dread.
Of all the online handles to have, why Nightmare Prince, I wonder?
She's wondering too.
Wonder away.
Oh. I open my eyes quickly, only to see another android, his bright yellow highlights giving him away. Oh, cute. I think that's one of the love interests, I think. I'm not sure. I know, right, Luna? I'm so worried, especially like that beginning. I'm already like, oh no, she's gonna get sold, and like my heart's breaking. Got my milk tea after immense pressure from this. Is that boba tea? That's great. He stands tall, a butler's uniform cut across his stiff, formal form. I measure up the cut of his silhouette, his measurements uploading directly into my mind for future reference.
I am Victor. You're the Dreamweaver model, I presume.
Yes, my name is Arev.
Hi, Vince. Welcome. These are so pretty, right? Look at her eyes. I know I keep on saying it. I think everyone's like, yes, Lily, we get it. But the eyes. Hi, Estia. Welcome. I know, right? It's been like on my Twitter all day long. So I'm like really excited. I reach into my pocket with my proof of
The
receipt.
master purchased me, but I'm afraid I don't know his name.
Victor barely glances at the slip of paper.
You won't be needing that for much longer. Toss it if you wish.
Toss it?
Throw it into a fire. Or, since we haven't one at our disposal, rip it apart. Whatever way you think of, just be sure to destroy it.
Oh, okay. That's very sweet. Though I don't really put that much effort in to try and get subs. That's probably what it is. Like, I should probably try harder, but I'm doing this like for fun, if you know what I mean, and to get to know other otome gamers. So it's kind of gone on a halt, to be honest. But that's very sweet that you've said that. Victor's a bully. I do like a bully though, Luna. I blink once, then twice. If the master is a bully, this game is like my jam. My eyes drift downwards to stare down at the receipt. This is proof of ownership and he wants me to destroy it?
But without proof of purchase, I could run away. People would be none the wiser. Isn't your master worried about that?
Victor shrugs nonchalantly.
The most prudent response is, where would you run to? But even that aside, it is still your choice. My master requested that I deliver that message to you, and so I have. It is up to you to destroy it or not.
Up to me?
No. I think I used to put a lot of like stress on myself regarding like making videos, making content, all of that. But like I got to a point where I was like, why am I stressing myself out? Like it started off fun and now it's turned into like stress and it shouldn't be like that. I mean, I know why. That's a long story, but looking down at the paper, I hold it in my two hands. If I destroy this paper, then I will own myself. I rip it in two. The sound more satisfying than I imagined it would be. I toss it into the water below for good measure. Looking bemused, Victor beckons.
Your digital copy has also been destroyed. Now then, follow me.
Oh, Luna, you already cried. Oh, bless you. It's okay, don't worry. As I walk behind him through automated doors, my nervousness swells like a balloon. The exhilaration wears off as soon as I am in the house.
Will I meet my new, well, not master? I suppose with no proof of purchase, I have no master now. My new...
Employer?
I echo him. Employer. The word feels like something precious on my tongue.
Yes, employer. Will I meet my new employer soon?
You will not. No.
Oh, okay.
Greeting guests is my duty and mine alone. And you have been greeted. Now, on to the rules of the house.
He's very robotic. I love this. Oh, you're completely new, right? He holds out his hand.
If you would allow me.
Allow you to... what?
Give you the house rules. Have you never shared data with another android before?
I shake my head slowly. It's been a long time since I left the workshop, and longer still since I worked with another android. Instead of replying and making a further fool of myself, I take his hand. Oh! Right away, a small light begins to glow between our clasped hands. The data packet he sends immediately flashing before my eyes. He's the master? That's what you think, Hika? I quickly run through the new information. The list of house rules from the data transfer isn't very long, but two of the rules strike me as particularly bizarre.
Do you have any questions?
I do.
I stare at him.
Such as?
Rule number 1. I must never try to see the Nightmare Prince. And that's not all. Rule number 7 states that I must never enter the Nightmare Prince's room for any reason.
That makes me want to enter it more. It gives me like Bluebeard vibes. Like, I think the story is where he tells, like, he marries this girl and they're happy, but he tells her that she can't go into this room no matter what. One day the curiosity gets the best of her. She goes into the room to find out that there are, I think the children's version is that his divorced ex-wives are all there or something, like imprisoned there or something. Imagine that. Oh god.
And another thing.
Ooh,
You
chaps.
only refer to him as the Nightmare Prince. Doesn't he, you know, have a real name?
So you gotta call him the Nightmare Prince. This gives me like Scarecrow vibes as well from Buster Fellows. Victor stares at me coolly.
He does have a real name, yes. That is merely what he prefers to be called. Aside from that, those are statements, not questions.
These rules make it seem like I'll never meet my employer.
That's because you will not.
Oh, so you're new to the otome community. How are you finding otome games then? Sorry, I'm happy to hear that there's a new person that's joined the otome peeps. Japs, what are you doing? Okay, that's fine. Remember that fairy tale, very black, right, Kennedy? It's like really scary.
That's not strange to you?
No. In any case, I am not completely
Hi,
certain
Mara,
why
welcome.
my master has chosen a Dreamweaver model for purchase when we do not have a loom here. As such, until he gives me a list of duties for you, you are free to do as you like. In the meantime, I will be cleaning.
I have a choice? Lenthus, my former master, and I worked together for many years. Our work was always the same. Weaving silk tapestries of unrivaled skill for purchase day in and day out. Like, making sure to... So I basically, like, put stuff around the wires so that Chappie couldn't get to them because it was driving me absolutely nuts because I had to keep on stop him. And now he's, like, chewing the stuff around it and I'm like, okay, it's not the wires, okay, good. His name is Barbe Bleu in French. This story is scary. It literally says, women, listen to your husband if you don't want to die. Oh my god, did he say that's the name of it? Oh my god. I didn't know that was... Whoa. And yeah, the otome community, for the most part, I would say is relatively friendly. And I'm glad you feel that way. There are some, like, cliques that are a bit scary, though. I never had to think about what we would do. I always knew. If I have a choice though, then I'll choose to explore. Why would I pick cleaning when I get to explore the Jabs, what are you doing? Come on. Going excessive now. Obviously I'm gonna explore the mansion.
It's alright with you. I'd like to familiarize myself with my new home.
Very well.
I don't miss the relief in his face as I take my leave up the stairs. It's a good thing too, because I absolutely have no idea how to clean. Taps, what are you doing? God. Mechanical walls line the house as I explore the hall's feet freely. While most of the empty rooms I've seen so far are similar in function to the ones in my old workshop, others I have to reach into my database to leave their names. I wonder if my old master's home was like this. I'd never left the workshop when the shop was closed since powering down there was... Wait, what? I never left the workshop when the shop was closed since powering down there was my norm, but it made me feel low... Chaps, what are you actually doing? Wait. Okay, good. You can bite those parts, that's okay. But it makes me feel lonely to think that while I did go out and run errands for him, the one thing I'd never done is seen my master's home. You wouldn't allow her to explore around the house. Yeah, I've never been here, but, you know, I did get to explore the house. Barbe Bleu means bluebeard. Okay. Maybe he didn't view me as real after all. The thought dims my mood as I walk down another hallway. At the end of it, I can see a silvery door, the red embellishing its surface like a warning. Considering all of the other rooms I've seen thus far were empty of both android and human alike, this locked one can only be one place.
The room of the Nightmare Prince. Or whatever his name is.
As if drawn in by magnetism, I slowly gravitate closer to the door. Do we get to pick whether to go in, and then if you go in it's bad ending? Your tea is empty? Oh no, did you use your Sailor Moon cup, Adavani? My curiosity gets the better of me as I reach out to touch the handle lightly. I don't turn it, but to my surprise, mechanical sounds begin to click and clack as a slip of paper prints from the door. I take the sheet of paper and read the message written there aloud. Don't go. What is this? I think the master suffers from a bit of Chunibyo, don't you think? Oh, of course I'll do it, Irisu, of course, if I get the option.
Is that your real name?
A new sheet of paper pops out of the door slot. I was once called something else, but that was a long time ago. Okay. What were you called? There's no response for a long moment, until another set of mechanical tapping sounds. My name? It doesn't matter. Not anymore. He's got Chunibyo. He's gone? The Nightmare Prince? Part of me feels like maybe the Nightmare Prince is also an android. I don't know.
I see. Well, Nightmare Prince. I apologize for disturbing you. But I admit, I'm curious about you.
Curious?
Oh, he actually said something. The voice that comes through the door is distorted and, if I am correct, filtered. It growls through the hall's speakers, making me take a step back in surprise. I'd be intimidated if not for the fact that I'm much more intrigued. Clearly my employer is a private person, but to be this private, to go to the extent of concealing one's voice?
Since when could an android be curious?
Alarm floods through me. I forgot that such things are uncommon amongst androids. Perhaps I should have concealed the fact that I can feel, since the reason I was sold in the first place is because I can feel. But now it's too... She was sold because she can feel? Surely it should be the other way around, right? I'm getting hikikomori vibes from the prince. he might be a hikikomori. Answer his question with a question. I think this guy sounds like he'd be intrigued with with an android that can feel. But I'll save just in case. He has no proof of purchase. If he rejects me and I have to run away, at least I can.
I am different.
There's a silence on the other side of the door. Then...
I see. As am I.
I reckon he's an android. I smile, unsure of whether or not he can see me. The Chunibyo is strong. Maybe he's an android and not even anthropomorphic. Oh, as in like he's an android that doesn't look human? Is that what that word means? Sorry.
Then we make quite a pair, don't we?
I laugh lightly, hoping that I don't sound as bitter as I feel, but there's no response on the other side of the door. Satisfied with this at least as a meeting, I clasp my hands together.
I'll be taking my leave now.
The prince is silent as I depart, wondering what exactly my life will be with such strange companions now that my own future is in my hands. I returned downstairs to the room where I'd first met Victor. My baby niece is here. Oh, okay. Or maybe December. Oh my god, Varga, you went dark there. I returned downstairs to the room where I first met Victor. At the sight of me, Victor's brow lifted.
Ah, there you are. What took so long? Were you settling in your bedroom?
Oh, if you find any interesting papers, then send them my way. At least I'm curious too.
I have a room?
Instead of replying, Victor sighs.
I'll show it to you once you get back.
Looks like Arav got a very nice home. She gets a room now.
The elder brother of the young master has asked to speak with you in the garden.
Oh, bodiless AI. And then, like, it's the secret route. The otome gameplay. I'd go with an indie game, personally. Because they don't get that much coverage. Just like that, any comfort I'd felt before drains out of my body. The elder brother of the younger master? What does that make him to me?
You're still standing there.
I am aware.
To my surprise, Victor's eyes turn kind.
Are you feeling unprepared?
I am, yes.
Take a moment to gather yourself. Roman is not an impatient man.
With those few words, he turns away and continues cleaning. That's surprisingly encouraging of him. I take a few more minutes to gather myself before heading off to meet my employer's elder brother. Having already roamed the house, the layout is already mapped out by my internal systems. I find the garden easily. When I do, a man stands with his back facing me, not turning as I walk through sliding white doors.
Ah, you must be Arab.
You've got Ambition, A Minuet and Power, which is an indie game that's pretty fun. Like, there's a voltage sale, but I don't think you can do gameplay vids of that. The garden really is, right? I'm kind of jealous of Arav. She gets to live in this big mansion. Oh, okay. He looks kind of more on the masculine side compared to the other one. The unfamiliar stranger turns towards me, his pierced ears glinting under the full might of the sun. I scan him from top to bottom. Is it just me or he seems like a lot taller than the other one? I'm a sucker for height. He wears a deeply purple jacket, immaculate hemwork on the sleeves. His long model-esque legs and broad shoulders are perfectly proportioned. I would love to make clothes for a form like this. Oh, she's so cute. And it's not all I notice. His eyes sparkle with a mysterious look that tells me he could charm a snake from its den. The stranger speaks.
I should introduce myself. The name's Roman Price.
I see. Nice to meet you then. My name is Arev.
Oh no, he just said he knew my name. Why did I reintroduce myself? I try not to fluster further, but he winks at me, his posture relaxed. Okay, so he's clearly the playboy one.
Welcome to House Price. How's your first hour been, little lady?
I smile tentatively.
I'm an android, but I have my own bedroom, and I was purchased for no apparent purpose.
But he does look like your type. Wait, this guy in the purple jacket is so hot. Are you kidding me? Oh, I love Brothers Conflict Vins. That's like one of my favorite Tommy games. Like, I think it's fun to sort of chip at every now and then.
In a word, strangely. Life has been treating me very strangely.
Unfortunately not, Anwan. But thanks for asking. Okay, Varga. Thank you. Oh, there we go. That's cute. In a word, strangely, life has been treating me very strangely.
That's because you're a special one. Why else would it be necessary to secure you on the black market?
My eyes widen.
Black market?
I look at him in shock. I'd assumed I was being sold at a normal auction online or something of that sort. This guy is winking at you. I know, right? I love it so much. Oh, Luna, is purple your favorite color? Roman notes my expression seriously.
What? Did you think a sentient android is easy to come by these days? Rogues aren't exactly filling the streets and living normal lives.
Rogues? I've never heard the term before. Something Roman immediately picks up on as he notes the expression on my face.
You know, androids that act against their programming, androids who don't always obey, and androids who can think and feel. Androids like you and, well, I'm sure you met the others.
Oh, so they're called rogues. Interesting. There's a daddy android out there. Eva, I know you like the daddies. I love that so much. That's true. Rampy is like H to hide, right? First guy is a bully, I like him, and then the second guy is a flirt, I like. That's the thing, I'm like, the first guy gives off like swim vibes, you know? I think for a moment. Okay, Vince, well thank you for coming by, and good luck on finding a good otome game. See ya!
Like me?
Yes, rogues like you. Not all rogues are self-aware, but the ones who are definitely qualified.
Give me a moment. Yeah, there is. Give me a moment. Got a troll to handle. Oh, dear me. Sorry guys, give me a moment. Won't take long. Oh god, that's the wrong one. What I meant to press. Just listen to fun music. I already had this person blocked, so I didn't know what was going on. Oh, you already had them blocked, Ada Bunny? You guys! That's great. Oh, dear me. Okay, I reported them. Who knows? I don't know if that gets rid of them, but... Okay, I'm glad. There we go. Sorted. Now, let me go back to the game. Some of you guys had already reported them. That's great. Okay, yes, rogues like you. La. Roman steps towards me slowly before reaching out a single hand. I wince as he reaches from the top of my head, but to my surprise, he plops it right on top of my shoulder and pats me there lightly instead.
You're special. Just like my brother. You're different from the people. Or in your case, androids around you. And that's not a bad thing.
Roman clasps his hands together.
In any case, I'm hoping you make a home here.
There's a quiet beeping sound. Roman checks his wrist, turning off the alarm.
Sorry, I wish I could stay, Arev, but I gotta get going. I'll be checking in on you periodically.
With that, he turns to leave, but I head after him, determination in my steps. I grab the edge of his jacket sleeve, stopping in his tracks. Oh, that's so cute. The idea of like the main character grabbing the edge of his jacket. Oh. Yeah, I'd blocked them previous because they made really rude comments or baited to be rude and stuff. Alright, okay. Yeah, I thought I recognized them because I think they said the same thing. Can I be a mod or whatever? And I'm like, I have a set of questions people have to answer before applying to be a mod. Not that you're different. Yeah. I know, right? And it helps me because, like, reading out everything is actually quite, like, strenuous for my throat, so... He lifts an eyebrow, his eyes curious. I want to ask him why there are so many androids here and if they're all rogues, so I do. So I do, even.
Are all the androids here rogues?
Sakura, don't do it. I love your art. You'd be able to draw her really well, I think. It kind of suits your aesthetic as well, because it's all like pink and pastel.
I think you can discover the answer to that question yourself.
And I reckon the devs would love it if you did that.
Relax, Arev. Find your space here, and you'll be happy.
Roman offers a hand for me to shake. I've never shaken a human's hand before, but it feels very, I don't know, real. Hi, Brittany. I've reported them. Are they still spamming? I put hide user from channel, but did that not work? Oh, there we go. That's what I need to do. Ah, there we go. Sorted. Oh. Back you come, chap chap. Yeah, that's the thing. They're just like being annoying. On purpose. It's fine. I'm not phased. Yeah, I removed, like, I did like timeout, whatever. I'm so hopeless because everyone around me is always so nice. It's so rare for me to come across like some weirdo. Okay, good. So we got rid of them, guys.
I promise.
His voice acting is really nice as well. I reached for it, this time without the hesitation I felt when I'd ripped apart my proof of ownership. This time, I am determined to embrace being free. He's been out this whole time, but he's been playing with things up there. Hi Nanomi, welcome! And I'm glad, yeah, I blocked them. I didn't realize that other people could still see them. They're on timeout now. Oh dear. Roman leaves me alone with that thought.
Find my space here, huh?
Well, the first thing I'd like to do is make myself useful. Maybe I can ask for help from someone I met before. Speak with Victor about my new employer. Unsurprisingly, Victor's still cleaning when I return. I don't want to interrupt him, yet I need answers and asking him seems to be the best way to get some. It's true he doesn't seem to be the most forthcoming when it comes to giving information, but... To my surprise, Victor glances at me, turning off the vacuum to look at me seriously before I've even the chance to speak.
Yes?
I didn't say anything.
I like this Victor guy, he's kind of cute. Man, am I right? Some people really have a boring life to have fun doing stuff like... That's the thing, I'm thinking of like the effort to put loads of emojis. Maybe that makes me sound really lazy, but... You thought your dad was cleaning? I don't like the noise of vacuum cleaners. Funnily, when I'm vacuuming, I don't mind so much, but it's when someone else is vacuuming, I'm like, oh, I don't like it. I don't know why. Shouldn't little 10-year-old kids be in bed? Oh, Sakura, no.
Not with your mouth, no. But the way you're staring must mean you have something to say.
As much as I want to deny it, he's perfectly right. Ooh, Chaps wants to go back into this cage. Give me a moment, guys. I'll be back. Oh. I'm actually really not a fan of Lynn Lavender. I won't go into too much detail, but there was something that happened like about a year ago and she still hasn't apologized to me regarding it, so I just don't want to have anything to do with her, and yeah, that's my thoughts. I wouldn't, like, I want to be frank, so, but that's my thoughts. Anyway, be right back. Okay, I am back. Now he's in the cage happily. And we shall continue with this. Boxing match soon? You make me laugh. It really, like, I don't know. It's a long story. It's a long story, like a really long story. Feel free to DM me if you want to know the details, but like, it's a long story, honestly. A long story. I hedged for a moment.
Since I have your attention, why doesn't your master, my employer, ever leave his room?
Victor's response is automatic.
That, Alrev, is a private matter, the details of which are none of your concern.
He pauses.
At least, not at this moment.
Fancy, I'll DM you later, okay? I can feel the curiosity by emanating. And since you like come to my streams a lot, I'll explain to you. I'm cool with that. Okay. But yeah, focusing back on the game, because the game is the spotlight today. I open my mouth to ask another question, but Victor has already turned the vacuum back on.
Wait,
He shuts off the vacuum again, bringing his cool gaze back towards me.
Yes, Alrev?
when will you find out why your master purchased me?
What do you mean?
I looked at him steadily. How many allies are in this game? I'm not sure. I think I counted like maybe 4 or 5 if we're to go by the characters on the the picture. But I'm not actually sure.
You said that you weren't certain why the Nightmare Prince chose to purchase me when you don't have a loom. I want to know when you'll be certain.
I'm embarrassed to say now I want to know the Teeb too, but yeah. I'll tell you, I'm happy to type it up, because if I say it, I start I don't want this stream to be about me talking about drama that happened a year or so ago. Because if I talk about it, I probably will get all, I don't know, quite, yeah. So, I'm happy to type it, but saying it can be a little bit stressful. Is otome big with LGBT+? So, otome games are primarily female main character with male love interests. That's kind of the category. But amare games, you can be whatever gender, and then, you tend to be able to pick, male, female, other, or non-binary, or whatever. And then the love interests tend to be of all sorts of different, sexualities, genders, that sort of thing. So that's the amare game gender, which some otome games kind of veer into. So... Because I've heard lots of lesbian type games can be from a male kind of viewpoint, so it's not as satisfying as an otome game where the romance is wholehearted. This is Chronicle 1. If the game does, we'll get... Oh, thank you for the info, Chibijirachi. I should know all of this. I haven't looked at this, but the art really is cute. I remember talking about it quite a few times. I just feel like it's pretty mature if you do not be directly petty and just say you don't get along. Brothers conflict. I love brothers conflict. I know I already said this, but rather two, the butler guy and the brother. But I think the butler guy, I think we're going down the Nightmare Prince route. I think that's what it seemed to say in small print and when I picked the choice. I think the butler guy is an option. I think the brother's an option too, I think, but I'm not sure about in this game. Hi Menard, welcome! Oh my gosh, you must be so excited that today's the release day. But yeah, happy release day. It must have required so much time, and now to see it in public, it must be really exciting. And thank you for reaching out to me. I'm really happy that I can stream this game today. It's kind of cheering me up a little bit with the... I keep on saying it, but her eyes are so pretty. Okay, so Nightmare Prince and Victor Butler are the ones who are, yeah. Victor looks at me for a moment, his expression lighting with respect before he turns away dismissively.
If you had not noticed, I am working quite hard.
The implication is clear, he's too busy to help me, or so he thinks.
If the information pertains to my future, I should think I ought to be privy.
I lift an eyebrow in earnest. Oh, she's got the tune, I love it.
Besides, if you do want help cleaning, you can just say that instead of acting as though I'm prying.
To assuage your fears, everyone will get a route. We're doing a second Kickstarter soon, but 2.5 more routes are written. Oh, okay. So it won't be a case of sad side character that you can't date syndrome.
I believe wanting help is not quite the same as wanting work to get done.
I think was it today that you can get 20% off if you buy it? I think that's what I read. I blink at him, the metallic click quietly audible as my lids touch. What an interesting android. I smile, unsure if I am more amused by his cool demeanor or more frustrated. I keep both emotions inside. Somehow I have the feeling that if he saw me laugh, he'd become huffy. He's a tsun boy. But other androids don't get huffy, do they? Okay. I watch him clean. I can't help but wonder if he and the others are like me. Different. Feeling. A rogue. Thankfully, Victor does not notice me staring. I think to look away, but there is still much I want to ask, much I want to say. My brows draw closer, determination on my lips. I'm gonna, behave more human-like.
I don't mind helping you, but I think I could be more helpful if I told you my skill set.
Oh, I mean, okay, yeah, that's fair too. Victor nods slowly.
Sensible. As a Dreamweaver model, I suppose I can guess, but please, do tell.
Weaving, sewing, threading, knitting, and other sorts of crafts and creations.
He nods slowly. I wonder if they can learn skills though, as opposed to just sticking to whatever their make was designed to do. Sportsy.
As I thought, but clearly failed to consider. In that case, may I ask you to repair these garments and deliver them to the prince?
Okay, so we're repairing clothes. Sorry, we haven't looked at the full sprite of Butler Guy yet. And don't you dare go in. His eyes glare at me. I nod eagerly anyway, taking the warning in stride. A task to take my mind off this strange situation would be most helpful. I incline my head towards him, clasping my hands together.
As you wish.
But first, I must deliver you some information that I find most prudent. Namely, how things go in this house.
I'm ready.
Yeah, I'd say it's primarily for... I guess the target audience, especially for Japanese otome games, would probably be more straight women. But I always say that a visual novel is a visual novel, so no matter who you are, you can enjoy it if, the story is good.
As a free android, I cannot make you do anything. But know this, I have raised the prince since he were a boy. If you ever endanger him, you will be dismissed at the very least, and at the very worst,
Oh.
much
Okay,
worse.
so Victor's like his dad, basically.
Is that understood?
I nod slowly. Oh, thank you for the follow, Manad. Victor stares at me.
Good. Now, follow me.
He leads me down a dark hallway that I'd already visited in my earlier tour of the house.
This is your room.
I stare at the space wide-eyed.
My room?
So he wasn't kidding earlier. Oh yeah, you'll probably enjoy College Craze if you're okay with R18 stuff. Well done, Ada Bunny. You picked a good one to like tell her about.
I don't believe I misspoke. The Nightmare Prince was quite clear that you ought to receive your own space as soon as you arrived. Here, you can power down for the night if you so wish.
I don't know what to say.
Appreciation of any kind would suffice.
Parker, that's also another way to look at it. Like American-ish. So what otome have you played so far, Brittany? I'm curious. Another one that comes to mind is Our Life, Beginning and Always. That's another one that's, you know. Although that's a male that you're romancing. Never mind. Yeah, exactly. A lot of indie Amara games.
Why is your master so kind to androids?
To my surprise, Victor considered silently for a long moment. Finally, he lifted his shoulders in reply, so I prompted him lightly. I want answers, and it's clear that Victor holds at least some of them.
Is it perhaps because the prince was raised by one?
That is a question that only the Nightmare Prince himself could answer.
I guess Life is Strange I wouldn't count as an otome game, but I can see why, I see where you're coming from. It's really like, it's story heavy, so I guess it's, what would it be called? Story rich. That's the genre, isn't it, I think. Yeah, College Craze I think is based in America, but I know there's like, I mean, this could just be me misunderstanding things, but as someone from England, I always see that there's like this Canada and America, like almost like how England and France always bicker in a joking way.
I'll be sure to ask him.
Victor opens his mouth, looking annoyed at the possibility of my interacting directly with the prince, but I quickly speak to distract him before he can predictively warn me to stay away.
Do you have a room as well?
He dodges my question. All who live here have their own rooms.
So that's a yes.
I choose not to power down, but I have one, yes.
Hi Zolta, welcome! Yeah, Brittany, I think you'd like College Craze. There was a relationship development with choice in Life is Strange too, and I really fell in love with Chloe while playing it, so I guess you can say it is romantic. It's like those, I guess I call them otome-like games. So they're not otome games, but they have otome-like sort of aspects, like Stardew Valley is one. And all the Harvest Moon games, and the Story of a Season games, the farming games. I love the romance. Fire Emblem sort of has it as well. And Persona, although I guess most of it you're male main character. Heartstopper, ooh. Wait, which is that one? I recognize the name of it.
I'll have to see it then. When will our little tour go there?
Victor glares at me.
Never.
Oh, I sigh.
Must you be so predictable, Victor? Why don't you live a little?
Do I look human to you?
Yes, you do, Victor. I lightly touch the connective joint of my neck.
You're not old enough to look like as much of an android as I do, so I'm going to say yes, you do look human to me.
Victor looks annoyed, choosing not to reply. Oh, he's so angry. I love it.
If that'll be all.
It won't be. I have one last request.
Yes.
I'd like to thank your master. Is it possible for me to get a loom here?
I'll speak with the prince.
Getting married in Rune Factory. I haven't played enough Rune Factory 5 to like even get to that. It's that difficult, Sakura? I didn't know that. I nod.
Thank you.
I wanted to watch the Twitch stream the other day, but Twitch wouldn't send me the dumb login code they want you to use. I hate those things as well. Like, what was it called? Like that double verification or something. Heartstopper. I'm gonna have to Google it. Oh, Heartstopper is the comic book series, right? Okay, I get it now. Isn't that? Let me look at it. I want to find it. Heartstopper. You've got me distracted now. I want to see the cover of that because I think I recognize that. Yeah. I was tempted to like read this, you know, like the comic books, but I think I just kind of was like preoccupied by otome games, so I was like, oh, I probably won't end up reading it. 100 hours and still not married. Oh my god. You guys are like, seriously, I thought Rune Factory 5 dating was okay. British life is strange. Oh my gosh, really? Oh my god, I need to wait, it's a series now? I need to watch the series. True Colors has some really cute lesbian romance scenes if you choose to romance stuff. True Colors is one that I've also been curious about. I still haven't played Before the Storm. I need to play that one. You can romance some same-sex characters. I was male, Elia, and romance 4 men. Liz, I love that.
As for my question, you said all who live here. Who else lives here?
This may come as a surprise to you, but House Price is a sanctuary for androids such as yourself.
I want to ask, but he's already naming all of the mansion's residents.
This is the Eastern Wing. Here resides your room as well as that of Zafir and Diego. My room is in the Western Wing of the mansion, along with the Nightmare Prince.
He's like, I'm the best butler, clearly, and the best resident.
Zephyr and Diego, are they like us?
They are both androids, yes. I would not consider myself similar to them in any other way.
Murakumo is the one I have my eyes on, Eva. Our tastes match in several ways, I swear. I mean, I'm not as much of a daddy connoisseur as you are, but... But I have just had to accept that as a trans woman, I can't enjoy game. Oh, that's fair. That's fair. Can you not enjoy it in like a BL kind of way? Haven't touched the game since though. I tried to smother a smile, but it slips through, just barely.
Oh yes, of course not.
My smile fades, still, a house of androids. I'm certainly curious, the questions rolling into my mind faster than I have a chance to form them with my mouth. What are the other androids like, and how'd they end up here? Are they like me, purchased like things, but allowed to live free? Can they think and feel? Recall Agaras War has marriage and kids, then you get to use the kids in the next generation. So it's a bit like Fire Emblem Awakening and Fates and stuff. Riker. Oh, Riker's the, what is he? The blacksmith guy, was it? The green-haired one. Wait, was that oh, I'm getting all the names confused. I only remember Murakumo because he was my favorite. If you get curious again one of these days. It's a very wholesome, but actually talking about serious, sensitive topics. The series is a bit more developed for secondary count. Okay. Maybe if I have the time, I could check it out. Cause I have seen it, and I like the art style, so every time I go to any sort of comic book store, I'm like looking at it, but... What are webtoon streams? What's that? Are you happy that I can marry a daddy kind of character being a guy at last? Yeah, that's true. That's true. You could do that. It's nice that things are changing a little bit to be more accepting in that sense. Will they like me as a person? I want to ask, but Victor already seems to have made up his mind that he's ready to leave.
I'll be taking my leave now, as I have many duties for the day and limited time.
In the face of his determination, I don't have the heart to ask him anymore. Victor clicks his heels together and with that departs. I don't remember. What color hair does Riker have? Is he the one with the hoodie? Oh, I'm getting so confused now. Reading webcomic while streaming. I've never seen those streams before. Would that feel like bedtime reading or something? Riker, love the mysterious guy, especially with white hair, and his beard is the same as Akaza from the Oh. Oh, so he's the white-haired guy with a hoodie? Is that the guy? As soon as I hear his footsteps disappear, I sit down on the bed. Immediately, I feel a signature tingle on my skin that tells me that my battery is absorbing the energy emitted from the power station.
A power station designed to look like a bed?
I don't know what kind of person my employer is, but it's as if my heart has been read. I'm not human, I never will be, and I am content, but there are feelings I possess deep inside that wish to know what it's like to be one of them, to think like them, to act like them. No matter how much I feel like I am real, what am I but a combination of letters and numbers? So this is I think a game about an android falling for, I'm guessing either an android or other humans, I'm not sure, but I can see it going very bittersweet, which I love in a game. I need to get Webtoon. So white hair with hoodie is Riker. Okay, okay. And he has Chunibyo at night, right? As it does whenever I think too hard about my existence, my hands start to tingle with discomfort. I know it's more likely to be psychosomatic than a real illness, but even that knowledge doesn't make it feel any less real.
Do you know my secret, Nightmare Prince?
I wonder how he could have. It's not as if my former master's family ever acknowledged that I could feel, at least not to my face. I shake my head. Yeah, it's a really, like, unique concept. I like it.
I don't feel the need to power down anyway, so I might as well get to task.
What's the first thing I'd like to do? I feel at a loss, so I make a search of the internet to see what I can find. How to make a fresh start. Lists pop into my mind, so I choose the topmost researched answer. 10 tips for making a fresh start. I skim the list until one of the tips jumps out to me. Reinvent yourself. Reinvent myself? But how? I can't change my clothes and I don't want to change my outer shell. I touch my hair lightly.
But I can change this.
I touch my hair and seek out a mirror. There's one in the corner of the room, so I move over to that side of the room and get to work. Oh, this is gonna be so adorable. She's already giving off like fresh vibes, I don't know. Like so cute. Should check out some webtoon channels. Yeah, maybe I will. I'm curious now. I didn't know such a thing existed. More than a few hours. Oh, bless her. She's adorable. I look in the mirror to see my handiwork. That's certainly different, isn't it? Lengths would hardly recognize me if he saw me. Would hardly recognize me if he saw me like this now, but the days where I sought approval from my master are over. I have to look to the future. I wonder what my new employer looks like. Well, no time like the present to find out. Shaking my freshly done hair, I make for the door. I want to know what she looks like. Show me your sprite! I knock lightly, but to my mild surprise, there's no reply. I try again. Oh my gosh, she looks so cute! I love this main character so much. Oh, that looks adorable. And she spent hours doing it. Is this a moment where I'm gonna end up liking the main character more? Oh dear. Webtoon or webcomics are beginning to be a trend. Ah. Look at you giving me advice. I appreciate it. I know that he'll probably be less than happy with me, but I reach for the door handle. And the moment I do...
Why are you trying to open my door?
Because it's the only way to get your attention. I knocked politely a moment ago, didn't I?
The prince doesn't reply, but I don't mind. I'm the one with the questions unanswered.
I have 2 questions for you.
I pause for a moment. 3 questions, actually, but...
Are you sure you do not wish for me to call you by name?
No one has called me by my name in a long time.
Is that because you dislike it?
It is. My former name was a human one, and I am not human. Not anymore.
I see. Not anymore? I want to ask what he means, but I'm too late. That's true. I always am a sucker for the main character merch. Like, when there's merchandise, like, I'm like, okay, yeah, the love interests are cute and all, but the main characters.
Ask your questions, please.
What did you purchase me for?
Ah, I see.
I hate to see that which is valuable thrown away.
I stare at the door. Thrown away? To be seen as valuable is touching, but thrown away?
You mean my master's family? They were going to scrap me?
Okay, let me quickly take a photo of that so that I remember the names. Just so that later on, if I have the time, I can... There we go. I think I recognize one. I think someone was telling me about it. Might once was human and somehow turned android. Yeah, maybe. I love main characters too. I always think they should be as interesting together. I completely agree, Monad. 100%. I love it when a main character is like, you know, like full of depth and stuff. Transferred in Android.
Yes.
Oh, she was gonna get scrapped. I'm not surprised, but somehow hearing him say it so bluntly hurts.
I'm sorry.
No, I suppose I should thank you.
Oh, that's so sad. I turn away from the door, but his voice follows me down the hall.
Didn't you have 2 questions?
Not anymore. I can't find it in myself to reply. I shut the door behind me, only to hear the Nightmare Prince's voice floating quietly above me.
Did I hurt you?
I'm not sure if he can see me, but I shake my head. Sorry, Brittany? What do you mean?
You just told me the truth.
He murmurs quietly in reply.
The truth hurts sometimes.
It does. Still, I ignore his gentle words to ask a prudent question.
How are you here?
I'm always here. I haven't inhabited my own body since...
He trails off, but I don't let him off so easily.
Since?
Not for a long time.
I see.
He is the whole house, guys. Our love interest is the house. I know, right, Luna? I'm my heart. She's recommended it, you see.
Alref, are you alright?
I shake my head again.
You know, it's funny that you haven't been in your body, as you say, in a long time. But I would do anything to have a human body right now.
Oh? Why is that?
Oh yeah, you actually see the reflection. I like little details like that.
If I had a human body, I could cry. I've read that it's a very useful thing to do when you're in pain.
Oh, I think someone commented one of the names. Like, I think. I could be wrong. Because I recognize one of them. Unless the character's personality or appearance is customizable, I tend to write the MC with strong characterization. That makes sense, I think. And sometimes even if the appearance is customizable or personality is customizable, it's nice if each of the personalities has like more depth. Like, you know, because back in the old days, when there were only mobile otome games and the main characters had no face. It was quite sad, really. Oh, yeah, Nanomi, I feel the same. And she looks so fluffy. Oh. I don't think, I'm not sure, but that's the one that I recognize. You freaking said it, Hiko. Yeah, you know, true. He's the house. We're gonna be falling in love with the house.
Are you in pain, then?
Not in the chat, I don't think, but like in the comments of a vid. No, someone mentioned him. Not like. You laugh. No. Nothing like that. Someone mentioned his name in a comment on one of my videos. Nothing exciting like that. I am a tiny channel. I don't reply. Instead, I let out a little laugh, but it doesn't sound warm. I don't want it to.
Can you see me?
I cannot. No.
I think it was Jacksepticeye, I think. That the person mentioned in a comment somewhere. Not him, but like not them themselves. Nothing exciting.
Good. I'd like to be left alone if that's alright. It's not every day you find out that the people whose livelihoods came from your hard work so easily cast you aside.
I see.
There's a pause. I think he's gone when...
I'm sorry.
For what?
For making you sad. That was not my intention. I wouldn't have told you if I'd known you'd be sad.
Aww. He trails off again before letting out a quiet sigh.
I know what it's like to feel thrown away. To be thrown away.
Maybe he was scrapped. So he didn't want that happening to other people. I'll accept his comforting words. Yeah. If anything, the earnestness of the prince makes me smile, albeit sadly.
You're sweet for a nightmare prince.
What do you mean?
Well, you don't seem like a nightmare at all. To be concerned about an android.
Probably neighbors. I'm this far away, you know. It's a whole different country.
It is all too kind of you.
Then...
The voice trails off in what I can only assume is uncertainty.
Would it comfort you to call me by name?
I think for a long moment. It would be nice to know, but...
In all honesty,
Only in honesty.
I shake my head.
it would comfort me if you revealed your name out of kindness and not obligation.
I see.
And with that, his voice does not come again. I sit down heavily on the bed. Oh god, Kennedy, you're gonna make me cry!
Perhaps I will charge up and rest after all.
Ooh, what tea did you get, Adavani? The next morning is not quite a pleasant one. I spend most of it trying to organize my thoughts, but I do try my best not to wallow. I find myself standing in the living room listlessly. Honestly though, I'm already tired of feeling bad about myself. I mean, yes, I could have been scrapped by my master's family, but the truth is, I wasn't. I wasn't scrapped, like clockwork though. The bitter thought returns. I wasn't, but I could have been.
I can't keep thinking about this.
Gordon Ramsay. Oh god. He'd just be like swearing a load. What are you doing? Why are you streaming in such a beep beep way? Like, I'm getting so mad. Earth Kingdom symbol. Baldrian. The herb is really popular here for sleeping. I've never heard of it. Baldrian? Huh. Slapping my cheeks lightly, the sound attracts Victor's attention, distracting him from his busy cleaning.
Is there a reason you've hit yourself? And more importantly, do I want to know it?
I avoid his gaze sheepishly.
My former master, he used to...
I trail off, but Victor looks at me expectantly, lowering the duster in his hand.
He did that too.
Why? What purpose would hurting yourself be for?
Gordon Ramsay playing otome game. Oh my. Okay, the imagery is so so funny. Whew. Now my friend sounds like a sensitive guy hiding behind an edgy online name. He does, right? I feel like it's gonna be a really sweet route. Valerian? Even that I don't recognize. No need to apologize. I lift my shoulders slowly.
I asked him that too once. He said it was to pump himself up.
Victor stares at me in puzzlement.
You know, charge him up. Give him a power boost.
But not my... Bernard, what are you saying? Yeah, I guess if Gordon Ramsay played an otome game, he'd be like so harsh. But like maybe it's tough love. I don't know.
I see. Did it work then? Do you feel energy?
I consider for a moment.
A little, actually.
Interesting.
Victor's like very android. Again, I find myself wondering if Victor is sapient like I am. Instead of asking, I begin to clear my throat, only to stop before Victor questions yet another bizarre human behavioral trait that I've picked up.
Anyway, is something happening today?
As if he suddenly remembers that he was in the middle of a task, he holds up a duster.
Ah, yes. The master's brother will be visiting. The house is clean, but it could always be cleaner.
I see.
Gordon the tsundere. Someone needs to make an otome game with all the English chefs. Like you'd have what's his face? Jamie Oliver. You would have Gordon Ramsay. You'd have like you'd need female ones too, I guess. I feel energized just looking at Liz. You're killing me. I try my best to help Victor tidy up, but the most I can manage is attempting to mop the floor. A task Victor quickly takes over when he discovers that I hadn't swept first.
If I hadn't seen it myself, I would not believe how hopeless you are at cleaning.
Thanks?
Please, if you would step aside. Busy yourself.
I look at him, perplexed.
Doing what?
Something you're good at. Anything.
Mary Berry, yes, yes. I don't know who I'd go for. I can't think of any chefs that I actually like. They would really need to pretty them up in the like art form.
Anything?
Anything that involves you stepping away from the mop.
I think for a moment, an idea gradually forming in my mind. Maybe instead of dwelling on the fact that I was almost in pieces, I can find something that only I could do, as I said.
Do you have something for me to draw on?
And what's the other one? It's the guy that makes the cup of soups that taste really good. What's his name? Oh my god, it's gonna bother me now. I have to search it up. None of these. Oh, it's not showing. It's gonna really bother me. Name again? He does like cup of soup things, but like it's gonna bother me. Okay, it's gonna bother me, but I can't remember his name. I don't know who Paul Holly. I only know of Jamie Oliver and Gordon Ramsay. I don't know like any of the others. I just know Jamie Oliver is the guy that took away all delicious food from every UK school. Isaac Newton, Napoleon. To be fair, Nanomi, you got a point there. Victor nods, looking first and foremost relieved.
I'll retrieve a tablet and holopen right away.
He quickly disappears, leaving me alone in the living room. I wonder for a moment if the Nightmare Prince is with us, observing somehow or listening in.
Prince, are you listening in?
Did someone call me?
I did. Are you always listening to us?
No! I was going to say something, but you two seemed occupied.
Oh my god, he's so nosy. He's listening to us.
Well, maybe saying excuse me would help you to be included if that's what you really wanted.
There's enough to dinner to make it sure.
Oh, right.
Yep. How long have you been listening anyway?
He prudently says nothing as Victor returns with a tablet and holopen.
For you, Arev, if you'd like to go out into the garden, that would be most helpful.
I grin at him. Strangely, Victor's consistent distaste for me being in his way cheers me up, as if this one thing will stay the same no matter what happens here.
If I didn't know better, I'd think you were trying to get rid of me, Victor.
His reply is dry.
I am, that I may clean in peace. If you would, please go to the garden.
Such a tomboy. I salute him playfully, taking the notepad and pen. Nothing British about it. With that, I leave him to it. The garden is beautiful. I saw it before, but this time I'm not feeling nervous. I can see that the roses are immaculately cared for, no doubt by the butler android.
What can't you do, Victor?
I walk with my arms behind my back, the writing utensils still tightly gripped in my hands. My expression falters for a moment.
I'll bet the Nightmare Prince would never think of throwing you away.
I take a seat on the small garden table, emptying my hands before slapping my cheek slightly with both palms. It didn't work the first time, and I doubt it'll work the second, but I do it anyway. 1:25. Okay, so you're like way before us. Don't you start sulking now, Arav. I look up, squinting into the sun. It doesn't hurt my eyes, but it's a reflex anyway, perhaps because I saw my master do it so often. I rarely went out to run errands, so being out in the exposed air without a purpose feels strange. I wind my arms, then stretch my joints. Wind even, I guess. When I sit down, I turn on the tablet, anticipation building in my chest as I stare down at the blank canvas.
I may not be able to clean, but there's things that only I can do, right? Maybe if I make myself someone of value, I won't be abandoned again.
Oh, my heart. But then I hear it, the Nightmare Prince's voice in my head.
I know what it's like to feel thrown away. To be thrown away.
But then, I don't think he's the type.
I start to sketch an idea. If I can get a loom here as I requested of Victor, I would love to weave a silk tapestry for the Nightmare Prince. To thank him for viewing me as someone of value. For not wanting me to be thrown away. And so many times before, I sketched lightly the colours of the tapestry. I want to convey something warm and touching.
I wonder what his favorite color is.
As I map out my tapestry, I colour block the patterns. Golden splashes across the screen as I work silently.
I hope he likes it.
As I work, I find myself lost in the breeze. The only sounds the melody of leaves brushing against other leaves and my pencil scratching against paper. The sun is on my skin and my mind wanders just a little.
I wonder who let him down like that.
As much as I hate to admit it, most androids who hadn't awakened like I had are possessions. But humans are different. The prince, who apologized to an android so easily, is different. How could someone throw a person like that away? And more than that, who would do such a thing? I sketch in silence as I contemplate, my hands tracing out the shape of the rose garden instead. Behind me, the sound of a door sliding open makes me turn.
Oh,
Ooh. Oh my gosh, who is he? He gives off like fluffy, gentle vibes. Oh my god, I bet he's a cinnamon roll. I look up from the pad on the table, my mouth parted in mild surprise. It's another android. I stand quickly, suddenly feeling shy.
oh, hello?
I don't know why, but he seems so like, I don't know, there's just something about the way he looks. It's so cute. Robots' history and why they became important. Oh yeah, Detroit. Oh, I love that game. I haven't personally, but I watched the play,
you
like,
must
let's
be
play
Laura.
of it. It's great.
Roman told me about you.
Okay, Brittany, thank you for coming by. It was fun, and hopefully you have a good rest of the day. See ya! Banking on that curiosity. We all want to know more, so we keep on playing. It's good.
Yes, I am.
You're a pretty tiny thing, aren't you?
He laughs brightly.
I'm Diego. Nice to meet you.
Diego. Nice to meet you too.
Android in front of me seems bright and cheerful, a huge contrast to Victor, or, well, any android I've ever met. I didn't know other androids could be so warm.
So, how did you end up here?
It's a long, boring story. Are you sure you want to hear it?
I nod once.
I used to take care of children.
Oh, what was that like?
Diego is thoughtful.
What was caring for children like? Well, lots of vomit, human waste, and crime. Babies and toddlers can be a nightmare, if, of course, you're not manufactured to have the patience of a saint.
Yeah, that's not a job for me. Same, they look so cute together. He grins.
Luckily you are, I'm guessing.
Exactly.
I smile tentatively, starting to feel a little less uncomfortable with the other android.
Wow, that didn't seem like a long story at all.
He shrugs as if to say, oh, well. I see. At least that answers my question as to whether anyone else is like me. Diego is definitely unique.
Sorry that I can't tell you more about myself. Hopefully I'll be able to recall more once we get this all banged out.
I know, right? He looks so cute. Banged out? What is he talking about?
In any case, welcome to the mansion. I'm Diego. Not sure if I told you that before.
Okay, so it's not Diego, but Diego. Me and my pronunciations sometimes. I don't have the heart to tell him that he did, so I just smile. Did he just forget our conversation?
Nice meeting you again, I'm sure. Let me ask you, what are your first impressions of our mysterious benefactor?
I tilt my head in total confusion.
You don't know anything about the Nightmare Prince either?
Diego shakes his head, his curls swaying with the motion.
Not a thing.
Yeah, clearly has some issues, and that's why he was gonna get thrown away. He's a little strange. I've gotta go with that.
He's a little strange. What?
Strange doesn't begin to cover the Nightmare Prince, if you ask me. Still, why do you think he's strange?
Same. He gives off like fluffy vibes. I think him and Aura would be so cute together.
He apologized to me too. It's strange, but he treats me like I'm a person.
I look down shyly.
I am a person, but the fact is that he actually treats me like one.
Diego grins at me.
You don't have to say anymore. I get it because, you know, same.
Diego looks down at my digital drawing pad in interest. Oh yeah, I forgot it. Yeah, Dory. Oh, I love Finding Dory. I like Finding Nemo, but like Finding Dory was, you know, that was for, I had like low kind of expectations because you know how normally the sequel isn't as good. But Finding Dory I actually really liked.
What are you doing? Finger painting?
Finger painting. I look at him incredulously, flipping the canvas towards him. He observes it for a moment.
That's a lovely finger painting, alright? Good job.
Oh my god! Love it!
It's not finger painting. They're designs for a tapestry. Can't you tell?
Diego shrugs.
I wasn't programmed to understand art, just to rate it. I can say for a certainty that your finger painting is top class. If I were still in my classroom, I'd certainly post it on the wall.
Oh my god, my heart! This is so... Oh, bless him! I don't know what to say for a long moment. I don't have the heart to explain my drawing, so I settle with a generic reply.
Thanks, I guess.
You're welcome. In fact, I have something for you.
Oh, my interest piqued. I watch as he digs in his pocket.
Here we go.
Is he gonna give us candy? He produces a small gold star sticker. Oh my god, oh my heart. He's too cute. He produces a small gold star sticker, placing it gently on the back of my hand. It's kind of funny because, like, I don't plan on having kids. And yet, for some reason, seeing a guy being really good with kids is like, my heart. I don't know what it is. It's really weird. And like, I know he's like he you know, Arav isn't a kid, obviously. She's like a fully grown woman. But like the fact that he's so used to, like, what he does kind of goes to show that he looks after kids really, like, really in a really gentle, sweet way. And I don't know, there's just something about it.
Thank you.
He doesn't seem to notice my confusion at all, instead of giving me a megawatt smile. I know, right? A gold sticker, there's just something about it. I know, it's so... It makes me laugh, bless him. He doesn't seem to notice my confusion at all, instead giving me a megawatt smile.
You're certainly welcome. On that note, I'll get out of your hair. I just wanted to say hello.
Oh, well, I don't have much to do, so you might find me here more often than not. It's not like I have a directive anymore.
Yeah, that's probably what it is, kind and patient. Diego nods in earnest.
I hope you find yourself a purpose soon.
He turns to leave, but I stop him, calling out awkwardly.
Hey, Diego. What's your purpose?
Instead of replying, Diego puts his finger to his lips.
It's a secret.
And with that, I'm left alone in the garden with my sketches. And a golden sticker. It's the middle of the night when something, I don't know what, wrestles me awake. I'm almost fully charged, there's no point in going back into sleep mode.
Maybe I can brainstorm out a purpose for myself.
I try to think.
If I was with my master, he'd tell me.
I try to imagine what he would say.
He'd tell me to work my hardest and do my best. But what's me best?
I look down at my hands. These fingers were made for weaving. I'm not sure I'm equipped to do much else. But I want to be. I tried to think of my skill set. What am I good at?
Aside from asking questions.
I lie down and stare at the ceiling. The classic words. Doing a quick online search, I tried to find job suggestions.
Those with an inquisitive nature would be excellent journalists.
Journalism. Maybe I can work from home and trick them into hiring me. I groan aloud. There's no way I could do a human job. And besides that...
Victor called the Nightmare Prince my employer. Certainly that means I'll have a job waiting for me. I just need it to be explained to me. Or something.
Blunt, innocent type. He's so cute. I like him. Shutting my eyes, I consider. If anything, as uncertain as this is, it's almost thrilling. I've never not known what my future would look like. Not for the past decade since I was first activated, and now. Now all of that is different. Now my life is different. There's a part of me that loves it, that feels exhilarated by the idea of feeling new emotions. But it is not as big as that part of me that wonders how wonders about my new life and the questions that I know will haunt me from time to time. For time to come. God, my English today. Who really is the Nightmare Prince? Why does he conceal himself? And most importantly, what does he want with me?
He said I was someone valuable, without a purpose. I don't feel very valuable right now, though.
I try not to worry, but I end up opening my eyes again and staring at the ceiling.
But I do feel valued.
I shut my eyes and roll on my side.
I'll have to repay him as soon as I can.
I think of my sketches.
I'll do it the best way I know how.
By creating a tapestry, the one thing I was built to do as a Dreamweaver model android. I prove that I deserve to be here. I'm sure of it. It's another day where I'm not sure what to do with myself. You know what? This reminds me a little bit of Olympia's soiree, you know, like with Olympia kind of going, I'm going to explore now. And then like she's got her own sort of energy and like she's really curious about things. And it kind of gives off that vibe, you know. It's another day where I'm not sure what to do with myself. Somehow each day goes by slower than the last as I think of what Diego said. I hope you find yourself a purpose soon. Does every rogue here have a purpose? Am I the only one floundering? I want to ask Diego or Victor, but both seem so settled in their own ways. I can't imagine Diego's easygoing approach to rogue shit, or Victor's, if he is a rogue, strict adherence to rules working for me. I let out a sigh, a habit I picked up from my old master. I don't need air, but it cools down my engines anyway. Like Elsa from Nightmare Prince. I am outside sweeping, the only chore Victor will allow me to do when I see an approaching figure. Aww. Wonder what brings him here. It's only been a few days, but he seems just a little tired. He brightens at the sight of me, which is perfect because I have some questions for him.
Roman, welcome. I'm glad to see you.
Oh, and why is that, little lady?
I like the voice of Roman most though. It's like a nice deep sound.
I've been talking to the other androids here, and, well, I've just been wondering about whether or not you have a purpose for me.
Wow, you sure don't beat around the bush.
I stop in my tracks, leaning the broom against the wall.
Oh, sorry. I've been thinking about it a lot.
No, you're fine. I like a girl with moxie. In any case, I guess I should be straightforward with you too.
He moves to sit in the middle of the path leading to the house. His feet dangling above the water, he pats the spot beside him. I sit slowly, giving the water a wary look.
I do in fact have a purpose for you.
Oh?
I look at him in interest.
You know, you're the first android that my brother has ever chosen, and he saved you from being scrapped, at that. As a result, you owe him, in a sense. All the others, Victor, Diego, I'm the one who fixed them up. Got them running again. But you? You're special.
Oh, so Roman's like a kind of engineer type person.
I'm sure my brother wanted to save you for some
Mechanic
reason,
even.
so I decided to move forward with my plan.
I'm not sure I follow his reasoning, but I stay silent, waiting for more. VA auditioned on the last day?
My brother hasn't left his room in over a decade. Not since.
So he is a hikikomori. He pauses just like his brother once had when we spoke briefly.
Not in a long time.
That's what he said, too.
I believe he chose you because he wanted a friend. So, I want you to befriend him.
What?
He doesn't repeat himself, so I ask a different question.
Why me? Isn't Victor's companionship enough?
Maybe, yeah, I guess so. So they were fixed up, whereas Arav, I guess she was just saved. Instead of replying, Roman looks at me dryly.
Okay, point taken. But how is my friendship supposed to help him?
Let's just say I have a hunch. I'll be checking in periodically to see how you're doing, just to ensure there's progress.
Progress? I'm not sure what he's talking about, but he doesn't give me space to ask either. Instead, he relaxes, his eyes only showing a dizzying snake-like charm as he crosses his arms. What kind of music inspired to create this game? It does give off Persona vibes, it's true. So Diego and Victor are fixer-uppers, Arav and another android aren't. Okay, cool.
Anyway, what you got there?
He points at a small notebook tucked in my pocket.
Oh, this is just... I wanted to thank the Nightmare Prince for rescuing me. It's just some tapestry ideas. To be honest, I don't even know how I'm going to weave when it's just me, but
I trail off, even as Roman stares at me expectantly. His focus is so tightly concentrated on me that I almost feel shy, if only because I've never been in a situation where what I was saying felt listened to. Like what I'm saying right now makes me the most interesting, most important person in the world.
Come with me.
what?
I told Victor to put you up in the eastern wing of the estate because I wasn't sure how much space you would need, and I'm glad I did. There's plenty of room in that section to get you set up.
Her job is being a friend. That's a cute job. I think that's a nice job. A friend. Yeah. Only good at two genres, funk and synth pop. Ah. He turns and starts to walk away, beckoning for me to follow. Roman leads me back down the hall that has my bedroom. Looking around the room with interest, he nods to himself, then looks at me with a smile.
Perfect.
Perfect. Perfect for what?
For a loom and whatever else you need. I'll give you whatever you need as long as you can tell me what's necessary for you to thrive here.
I feel myself beginning to fluster, shuffling from foot to foot anxiously. I know I asked for a loom, but his phrasing, whatever you need, it makes me feel strange to imagine being given my own workshop. Roman watches me again with that same intense interest, his sharp gaze taking in every detail. He mutters to himself.
Still, I do want you to have your own space. Scrap that. Rather than squeezing it all in here, I'll have one of the guest rooms converted into a workshop. We'll get you set up right away.
Right away?
He snaps, the sound echoing crisply in the almost empty room.
Like lightning.
He smiles charmingly, then presses the button on the wall intercom.
Victor, report to the potential workshop quarters.
Before I know it, Victor is in the doorway behind me.
You called?
Would you mind giving a supply list to Victor? List everything you need to be comfortable, and he'll take care of it.
Roman turns, presumably to leave, but I stop him, reaching out with a single hand.
Wait, you want me to work for you? Because I am only one android, I don't think I could fill as many orders as I could before.
I think you misunderstand me. The weaving things are for your pleasure, not for your work. I'm going off the assumption that you like your work, yes?
I do, but why?
Why what?
Why are you being so generous to an android?
I told you already, didn't I? I'm doing this for my younger brother. It's in its direct interest for me to provide you with everything you need to be comfortable.
My gaze drops. I think Roman is a human. Oh, I guess that makes sense.
But also,
I look up. Also?
you have a new life now. Not many people get the chance to start over. Don't waste it.
He smiles in that disarmingly charming way and departs from the room, leaving me alone with Victor. I say nothing for a moment, considering. To my surprise, Victor turns to me.
What are you thinking about?
How strange the humans of this household are. Doesn't this feel out of the ordinary to you?
No.
Victor makes me laugh. Oh yeah, Varga. I didn't realize that's a good point. That's probably why I'm like, oh, his voice is different. Like, of course it is. It's not. Oh my god. Sometimes. Oh my god. Androids are made with considering for them to enjoy the job. That is true. Imagine if there was an android that didn't like their job and they had to do it anyway because that's like what they're forced to do. That would be so horrible. Super duper. Yeah. Yes, Roman's little brother is the Nightmare Prince, Luna, I believe. I smile awkwardly.
Oh, you must think me silly.
I do not think you silly.
Victor is the most robotic though. It makes me laugh so much.
I have worked for this family for 2 decades. I guess in many ways I am used to their human oddities. Perhaps you just need time to adjust.
The words are kind. I look up at Victor, but his kindness isn't reflected in the same cool expression. It doesn't matter to me though. I know kindness when I see it.
Are you ready to send the supply list over then?
I smile, warmth washing over me pleasantly as I think of Roman's generosity as well.
I am, yes.
And I hold out my hand. I mutter under my breath as I stand in the doorway.
Wow, you really did mean right away.
Roman is long gone, but as Victor stands beside me making sure everything is in order, I stand in the doorway in disbelief. I can't believe that Roman kept his promise so quickly. Hardly a week has gone by and I already have tapestry room full, complete with a loom, fabric, even a classic era sewing machine. Roman.
I'll have to thank him the next time he comes to visit.
In the meantime, Diego appears dragging another android in tow. So Menard, which love interests, which are available in love in... Oh god, my mouth is not working well today. Which characters are love interests in this version of the game? Or Chronicles 1, even. I hear them before I see them.
I am not meant for physical labor. Please unhand me, you villain.
Oh my.
Yeah. Now come on and meet Arv.
Oh, hello there.
He straightens, indignantly tugging his sleeve out of Diego's grip.
I'm Zappa, as I'm sure you know.
What is with this guy? I have never seen this android in my life. I stare at him blankly.
You know, Zappa the pop star? Winner of 3 Grammy Awards? Artist of the Year 6 times in a row?
I smile awkwardly.
Sorry.
Okay, so Nightmare Prince and Victor are the available ones. Oh, I am looking forward to Victor. He makes me laugh. Like, oh god, I hope the Kickstarter does well so that then I can romance Diego because currently he's my favorite. For all the clue, you already have a theory, Yurisu? Oh, okay. Pulls out blue light sticks. Jimmy. Oh, it's funny. Zappa looks flabbergasted, then crestfallen.
It's fine, of course.
Aww.
It's totally fine, Bluebird.
Bluebird? Is that referring to me? I'm not sure, but I greet him anyway.
My name is Aura. It's nice to meet you, Zephyr.
Same here.
May I ask you a question, though?
I'm all ears.
Why are you calling me Bluebird? I'm not blue at all.
Zappa thinks for a moment.
Well, there's no such thing as a pink bird. Besides, it's adorable. Just like you.
Aww. The compliment rolls off my back, mostly because I'm still pondering the nickname.
Pinkbird just makes more sense, though.
What do you prefer? My sweet flamingo?
My sweet flamingo! Oh my god, I love it. Oh, okay. So in Chronicle 2, we get to romance Diego. I don't know, he feels so fluffy. I love it.
Vetoed. You are not calling me a flamingo.
It's a pink bird, though.
Last is the humans because they're so... Oh god, of course you're saving the angst to last, Monad. You found your type, Mara? What is it? Maybe Bluebird. I thought when he said Bluebird, it made me think of, like, Twitter. Oh, looks like Zappa has all the vote. Diego placed a hand on each of our shoulders.
All right. Settle down, children. That's enough chatting.
Oh my god. He flexes an arm.
Time to get to work. I told
He's so broken, I love it.
does not dirty his hands with menial labor.
Victor pinches the bridge of his nose.
Perhaps this is more trouble than it's worth.
I love this so much. It's like, you know how in games like Busterfellows and Code Realize and Variable Barricade, quite a few people enjoy those games for the found family trope. This kind of gives that vibe. I love it so much. Oh, God.
Diego, leave him. Would you please begin unpacking the loom? It's quite large and
Say no more. You can count on me.
Oh.
Excellent.
I stand there as the two androids bustle about, Zappa watching at my side.
So, what sort of celebrity are you?
For me, I like Diego most. And then the others are like, I like the others equally, but Diego's like the winning one. They're all adorable.
I'm so glad you asked, Bluebird. I am a musician, composer, director, and actor extraordinaire.
Yes, Cafe Enchanté is another one that gives off that vibe.
I see. I'd love to hear some of your music, but I'll have to finish this first if you don't mind. Excuse me.
Zappa's expression brightens, then seems torn as I start to help unpack.
I guess I should help too, shouldn't I?
He really doesn't want to, does he? I reach for the nearest box and move to play the threads into a drawer.
You don't have to.
After all, if he's a rogue, it's not like we could make him. Maybe that's what Victor was getting at earlier.
I can't resist the honored request of a lady. And I want you to hear my music.
So Diego and Zappa are already written. Oh yeah, I remember you saying 2 routes are already done, and yeah. I'm so excited. Talking about see how I want to play it soon. I think I will play Saint Germain's Room after finishing. Saint Germain's is, I think, the one you're supposed to play last, right? I think. Zero humanity, just my time. I laugh at Zappa's shameless admission and get to work. The work split between the 4 of us, the room is quickly set up. We're almost done when I approach the organizing android slowly, reaching out to get his attention, before my hand can touch his arm.
Yes, Aurev.
Oh,
Victor turns his cold gaze toward me.
I wanted to say thank you.
Victor lifts an eyebrow before smiling unexpectedly.
You're welcome. I'm glad a purpose has been found for you.
I stare at him, wide-eyed.
A purpose?
Did you not hear Master Roman's caveat for all of these things? They're to make you more comfortable so that you can focus on your true task, befriending the young master.
Right.
Are you feeling hesitant then?
I hedge, not really wanting to face Victor's disapproval.
A little. I can try my best, but I'm not sure how befriending him is helping him.
Victor looks, to my surprise, torn. He taps his chin lightly with a single finger before looking at me in determination.
Let me tell you something about the young master.
Yes?
The Nightmare Prince has not left the estate in 12 years.
Oh damn, 12 years!
12 years? Why so long?
What's wrong with Victor, Luna? Victor opens his mouth, then shuts it. He smiles tightly.
If you befriend the prince as you should, I'm certain he will tell you. If it were my choice, I wouldn't leave the mental welfare of the young master to a stranger. But I am not as foolhardy as Master Roman.
Oh, I see, Luna. He's the most robotic out of all of them. It makes me laugh so much. Ah, okay, so you have played all of them. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, I always find that hopping between games helps me, like, keep on playing. I have so many half-finished games, though. But the rule is to always finish a route before playing another game. So I have to finish the route. Like, that's, like, really important. I can't hide the dryness in my reply.
Thanks for trusting in me. I truly appreciate it.
Victor stares at me flatly and I try not to sigh. Such a lack of a sense of humor. I wonder again if Victor is just an android and if there is something more behind his cool gaze. Has he learned how to laugh and just chooses not to? Is he capable of disobeying? Is he a rogue like me? Maybe I might change my mind with Victor in future when he becomes soft with a Rav. He gives off Majorton vibes, so I think he will be like all cute later on. I can't wait for when he gets flustered. I always feel that if I finish the route at least, then like I feel like I've completed that portion of the game, so it doesn't feel too bad leaving it, because when I come back I at least, you know, am starting anew. I don't have the answers to even one of my questions, but what I do know is that I have an objective. To help the Nightmare Prince. I have my doubts, but I'm willing to try, in the least, so I can express how grateful I am. Victor interrupts my processing thoughts with a clipped statement.
Diego, you have an appointment with Dr. Champion soon. Zaffer, the library needs organizing.
Got it.
For all of Zaffer's hatred of menial labor, it seems he likes the library. How peculiar. Diego salutes as he departs.
I'll be seeing you around then, or...
See you later. And Rev, don't forget to meet me in the library sometime so I can share my music with you.
Bless him. He disappears through the door, leaving Victor and I alone.
In any case, I'll leave you to it.
And leave me to it he does, walking away. The door shuts automatically behind him. I relax my shoulders, feeling relieved as I run my hands along the new fabric I can work with. I take out the tablet where I'd sketched my initial designs.
Let's see.
The golden image of the sun setting into an ocean fills the page. I don't even know if the Nightmare Prince likes tapestries, or the ocean for that matter. If he doesn't ever leave his house, then maybe not this one. I swipe left for my next potential. It's the image of a coffee cup warming a pair of hands.
Maybe that's too impersonal, though.
Stupid cough. I scrapped that one too, lightly tapping the tablet's hollow pen to my lips. Maybe I just need a change of scenery. I look around the garden for inspiration, my eyes splitting to the endless sea of roses.
I should go with the rose, but that's not as warm as I was hoping.
And then it comes to me, something warm, indoors and homey.
A fireplace?
I think of the way he spoke to me, so tentatively.
Did I hurt you?
I don't know how much about him, but if I knew anything about the prince, it's that he cares about the feelings of others.
On the fireplace, I should add a single rose.
That said, he is rather difficult to get close to. After all, he seems completely unwilling to leave his room, much less the house.
Maybe a rose in a glass case then.
I work steadily then, making a list of the threads I'll need to execute my vision. And then I get to work. As I weave steadily, there's a crackle of a speaker above me. I can guess why right away. He is very good at taking care of people. Oh, so if you fall ill, he might be really nice.
Prince, are you there?
I am, yes.
I lift an eyebrow.
You know, it's rather rude to peep in on people without their knowledge.
Oh. I'm sorry. I was curious about you, but I guess I should have asked first.
You should have, yes.
Sorry. May I stay?
I normally like to work alone in order to concentrate, but my true purpose is to befriend him. I decide to keep this conversation going. And I get at house cleaning. It's true, at least it means I don't have to clean the house. Oh, yeah, Kennedy, that's true. That is like Beauty and the Beast.
You may, yes. But only if you answer this question.
What question?
What makes you curious about me?
His answer is immediate.
Everything. I haven't spoken with someone new in a very long time. That's strange, isn't it? I think I am very strange.
I try not to laugh. He's too honest, really.
I don't know you well enough to say whether you're strange or not, but one thing's for sure. If you want to pop by, be sure to give me some sort of signal so I know you're there. Can you do that for me? It's a little abrasive.
Oh, I accidentally like skipped that. Can you? I can. Yes. How about this sound?
Oh! Sorry about that.
It's okay. How about something more gentle?
Okay.
He trails off for a moment. Oh. A beat passes before a new sound chimes out sweetly. Oh no, I missed the other sound!
Lovely. You chose well.
Wait, can I go back?
Oh, I can. Yes. How about this sound?
Okay.
It's a little abrasive.
Oh!
It's okay.
Okay.
Lovely. You chose well.
Oh. Thank you. In any case, what are you doing today?
Spam one out. And then you got me like, what's the abrasive tune? Oh, dear me. I gesture for a moment before realizing that it's possible that the prince cannot see me. As if to confirm my hunch, he speaks again.
I can't see you.
I'm leaving a gift.
Ah, I see. Why? For who?
You want people to be... I would have found it so funny though, like, ah! But I can understand, I can understand.
It's a secret.
There's a pause, then softly,
Really?
Not at all.
I laugh quietly.
It's to thank you
Thank me? Thank me for what?
for letting me stay here. You don't know me, and yet you extended kindness and welcomed me into your home. I appreciate that kindness, and I want to show it.
The Nightmare Prince is silent for a moment.
I don't think I'm all that worthy of thanks.
You opened your home to me. Roman may have done the purchase, but you're the one who gave me a place to live freely.
The prince is the one who wanted me to destroy my proof of purchase. For that reason alone, he has my loyalty, and I will repay him in the best way I know how. I don't say the heavy thought, smiling instead.
I see.
We fall silent, and the only sound in the room is the delicate sound of thread rubbing against thread. Back and forth and in and out, back and forth and in and out.
Prince,
Yes?
do you have a favorite memory?
No. I am the most content as I am now.
I see.
I was hoping for a bonding moment, but in reality, of course things wouldn't move so quickly. Ah, well.
I do. Have a favorite memory, I mean.
What is it?
I can almost hear my master's voice as he hummed quietly beside me. 60 years of weaving passed so quickly.
Any thought of working at my master's side?
Your master?
His name was Lenthus. He would come to the shop every morning and ask me if I had eaten. I don't need to eat, of course, but telling him so would just make him laugh.
Absorbed in my thoughts, I worked steadily, lost in a sea of things long past, but never forgotten. If only I could go back in time. I wonder if he thought of me as a daughter. I can feel my palms getting hot as I dwell on the fact that life is over now. I pause in my work to beat down the thread so the tapestry will be thick and not flimsy. And then I stop, resting my head against the wooden boards of the loom. The prince must notice my silence because he prompts me awkwardly.
Are you alright?
I quickly sit up straight.
I'm fine.
What shall I go for? Okay, well thank you for coming by to Vigilaci, and hopefully you have a good rest of the day. See ya! Let me save. Okay, talk about Lenthus, maybe.
Lenthus was a good, kind man, too. Like you.
Maybe if her master was nice and acted like he was talking to a human, that's what helped emotions awaken her. Yeah, maybe. Maybe if you treat an android as if they're human, they become more like one.
I told you.
Don't say you weren't kind. That would make you a liar, and I don't think you're one of those either.
I pause hesitantly, my hands pausing with me.
Are you?
He doesn't respond for a long moment before I hear him, quiet exasperation in his voice.
I try not to be.
Good.
My weaving resumes as I look steadily at the loom.
That's all a person can ask for, android or not.
The prince's voice blurts out uncomfortably.
Is it bad that Roman purchased you? Do you want to go back?
Oh!
Go back? There's nothing to go back to. He died about 2 months ago. I miss working alongside him, and I wish I could work with him now. But his family sold me off without another thought, so trust me, I don't want to go back.
You're a strong person, RF.
I can't help my surprise.
Me? Strong?
Yes. I don't know you very well, but I can just tell somehow.
My mood darkens just slightly. If only I felt strong right now.
RF? Are you alright?
More or less. I think I just need to be alone for a little bit.
I see. Then, I'll leave you.
Thank you.
Oh, so he makes a noise when he appears and makes a noise when he disappears as well. I smile. I'd only had to ask once for some sort of warning, and right away he did it. Like he respects me. I think of Roman asking me how life was treating me and echo myself.
Very, very strangely.
Shaking my head to get the thought out of my mind, I concentrate on the loom in front of me and prepare myself to work through the next few nights. I enter the garden to take a break from my tapestry when I see another figure watering the plants dutifully.
Diego, hey. I didn't know that anyone aside from Victor cared for the garden.
Oh, I do from time to time when Victor's too busy. He's getting a diagnostic today, so I wanted to help out a little.
I see.
I sit at a table tiredly. I have enough battery to sustain myself, but I simply lack the motivation to work on the tapestry any longer.
Everything alright over there? I haven't seen you around the house.
He trails off as I nod.
I've been working on a gift for the Nightmare Prince, and it's harder than I thought it would be.
What do you mean? Aren't you a master crafter?
I don't mean that kind of difficult. It's just that Lenthus, my old master, is gone, and working on the tapestry alone, it reminds me of him.
Aww.
Ah, I see. So you're sick in the hardcore rather than anything else.
I nod.
Exactly. I feel like I'm swimming in oil and somehow this close to drowning.
Like you're treading, but on the cusp of drowning?
Exactly.
Aww. Diego looks thoughtful.
Have you considered deleting those old memories of Lenthus?
Oh god, that's depressing.
No!
Oh god, I love Arav so much. She's so cute. Like, everything about him is adorable. Diego doesn't look taken aback at all by my outburst, but I sputter to apologize.
I'm sorry, I don't want to forget those memories. My past is a part of me, and as much as it hurts me sometimes, it also is what's keeping me from drowning in the first place.
Exactly right. But you can't move forward if you keep looking back.
What do you mean?
Without removing your old memories, the Nightmare Prince has made it possible for you to make better ones. Maybe you can make memories that won't make you so sad.
I look down at my feet.
Maybe so.
I know how it feels to lose memories that used to keep you afloat. And while it does feel at times like I'm missing a piece of myself, at the same time, it's gratifying to know that my memories couldn't hurt me if they wanted to.
I see.
I'm not really advising that you lose all your memories. Just maybe don't dwell on them so much that they become a weapon of time to hurt you. Or you can make new memories that won't make you so sad.
I nod slowly.
Thank you, Diego. That really puts things in perspective.
Glad to help. And I mean, honestly, I'm the king of lost memories, so of course I have 2 cents to add.
I open my arms and feel the breeze float through my fingers, my heart core lighter than ever.
Maybe I should take another kind of break. Do you want any help then?
Diego looks surprised for a moment before smiling tenderly.
You're sweet, Arev, but I think I've got it for now.
I nod once.
All right then. I'm feeling better than ever, so I'd better get back to working on the tapestry.
Diego's advice gives me a much needed boost. Diego salutes me silently, going back to his task, and I tackle the tapestry again, determined to make something that will open the Nightmare Prince's heart. My eyes snap open at the sound of a knock on my workshop door. I sit up, feeling fully recharged but also unprepared for the day.
Yes?
It's Victor. The Nightmare Prince hasn't seen you in a few days and has expressed...
Oh,
Oh,
I see.
It's Victor. The Nightmare Prince hasn't seen you in a few days and has expressed concern. I requested that the prince not disturb you, but he felt it necessary.
aww.
So here I am.
I'm growing to like the Nightmare Prince, even though his name is silly.
Oh,
That's
I
part of the
see.
charm, though. He was worrying about me? The thought makes me smile. I'm sure being the master of the house, he has many things to worry about. It's nice to imagine that by the merit of me being here, I've become one of them.
I'm fine.
I stretch the joints of my body, making sure that everything is properly greased and working well. There's not a squeak, I notice with some pride. Of all the things I could say about humans, the craftsmanship is top notch. I feel the same as I did when I was young and newly activated. I can't believe it's been so long. Discarding the thought, I stand, staring at the loom in pride. Every strand is aligned with the next, a total vision of perfection.
Arev, you've done it again.
It's nice to know that my skills aren't rusty from not weaving during those long months after Lentha's death. Placing my hands on my hips, I have to admit I'm feeling pretty great until I hear a light tap on the other side of the door. Victor. I forgot he was waiting for me on the other side of it.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm fine. Thanks for your concern.
Yeah, I like it. It's really refreshing to have an English otome game where it's all voice acted. So you know, it's good. It's good. And voice main character as well. Love it. I open the door to let him in, but when I do, there is no one on the other side of it. I peek out into the hall where I see Victor's back, quickly walking away from my workshop.
Wait, don't you want to see what I'm working on?
Not particularly, no.
I'm sorry, but Victor makes me laugh. He's the most robotic. Of course he doesn't.
Well, come back anyway. I want you to see my work.
Victor pauses in the hall. Then he takes his sweet, sweet time to return to me as if hoping I'll say never mind. I won't though, so I wait patiently for the reluctant android to make it back to me. On the loom, the tapestry is finished. As soon as he sees it, he scrutinizes it with a jeweler's eye.
Excellent quality.
Oh, is that a compliment?
Yeah, definitely. Victor looks at me as though I am an imbecile, which maybe I am for trying to tease him yet again.
In what way could excellent quality be taken as an insult?
He's so...
Fair enough. I want to take this to the Nightmare Prince's room, if that's all right with you.
It is not all right with me. I will deliver it to the young master. Thank you very much. I have some chores to finish first, but I will return for the young master's gift. Please be on standby.
I'm not exactly surprised that Victor plans on upholding the rule that not get a chance to see the master of the house, so I do the next best thing I can as Victor makes his exit. A few beats pass in silence before I call out.
Prince,
As time as he promised.
You called?
I'm finished with your gift.
There's a sense of awe in the Nightmare Prince's voice.
You wove an entire tapestry in a matter of days?
I did.
I rub my nose lightly, grinning from ear to ear.
And that's why they pay me the big bucks, so to speak. Victor is going to deliver it to you when you have the time to accept it. So be prepared.
I think I'll enjoy his route because he's so I don't know, I just find him so funny. Oh god. I don't know if I'm hearing well or not, but I can almost swear I hear a smile in Prince's voice.
Then I am looking forward to receiving your fine work.
He falls silent as he is wont to do, but I wait expectantly as I run my hands over the tapestry, feeling for knots and other unwanted hindrances. As Victor said though, the quality is excellent.
Thank you, RF. I'll be right back. I want to summon Victor and have him bring me the tapestry.
You're not going to come pick it up?
Oh, how can he say no to that?
Huh.
And with that simple a chime whispers out, letting me know that the Nightmare Prince has departed. Sitting in the garden always gives me peace, so that's where I find myself on the days when I'm not weaving. Out here, my worries seem to lift right off of my shoulders. Until...
You have received a summons from the young master.
Do we get to see him? Victor appears beside me, startling me with his abrupt announcement. Right, Marga? Like, there's just something about him, it makes me laugh.
Oh, you surprised me.
So I did. In any case, please report to the prince's quarters.
All right.
My heart pounds steadily in my chest. When I told him I was going to give him the tapestry, I assumed that would be the end of it. But an actual summons? How surprising.
I'll be going then. Thank you for letting me know.
Victor bows low, then takes his leave, and I follow silently behind him until our paths part. I arrive outside of the prince's bedroom, feeling tense. He said that he was looking forward to receiving it, so I have no reason to worry, and yet... I know I'm just imagining it, but his signal sounds strangely sweet to me.
RF, you came. Thank you.
Thank you. What do you mean?
Victor told you that you are free to do as you like, didn't he? So I'm touched that you chose to come at all.
I decide against telling him that if it's a summons, it doesn't really give me much of a choice. Would such a thing as adding to a suggestion that his master may count as disobeying a direct order? The thought that Victor could be a rogue like I apparently am appears in my mind once again, but I set it aside to focus on something more important.
So, did you enjoy the tapestry?
That's why I've summoned you. I was going to have Victor do it, but I may as well ask its maker.
Oh?
Ask its maker what?
If you could describe it to me, please? I looked at it through the cameras, but it doesn't feel like it's enough.
I see.
I shut my eyes, quickly recalling the memory.
I wanted to give you the feeling of home, so I wove in a fireplace with flames flickering in the pit.
What colors are the stones? How old is it?
The stones are a rich russet red, brick, with a long flat top. It's not that old, because on that top, there is a fresh, brilliantly red rose in a glass case.
A glass case, you say?
I nod, momentarily forgetting that the Nightmare Prince cannot see me.
That rose, it reminds me of you. Someone who is delicate and needs protection. Someone who is a bit hard to get close to.
Oh, my heart! Hey, Pachi! Welcome! 9K. Wait, have we gone past the... I'm guessing we've gone past the common route. Because I remember there being, like, one option with a space for another. And then it went down the Secret Prince route. So I guess, I mean, the Nightmare Prince route. So I guess now we're in the Nightmare Prince route.
Delicate?
I intertwine my fingers behind my back as I try not to wince. Is he offended? His next words don't really help me figure it out.
I don't know what to say.
Smiling uncertainly, I ignore my nervous feelings.
You could start with,
Yeah, I'm the same. I'm not so good with long common roots. I get very, like, fidgety.
Thank you.
oh, you beat me to the punch.
The prince lets it out then, a soft, quiet laugh that is so endearing that I immediately want to hear it again.
You know,
He trails off. I touch his door lightly with interest. It's still locked between us.
the way you described your tapestry reminds me of poetry.
Poetry?
I think for a moment. I'm not sure there's much that's poetic about the things I make, but who am I to dismiss his thought?
My poetry. I can't say I think myself a poet.
Maybe you should consider it. Practice a little.
He's quiet.
I like to write poetry.
Oh,
I haven't for a long time, but I used to write poems regularly.
What about?
Oh. Well,
for some reason the filtered voice sounds embarrassed.
about romance, mostly.
Oh, he's cute.
That's amazing. Writing romance well is difficult, or so I've heard. I'm sure you worked very hard to get where you are, so there's nothing embarrassing about it.
Do you think so? I mean, of course not. No, it's not. Nothing's wrong with that. Romance isn't embarrassing at all.
Ah, I love it. I lift an eyebrow.
Are you trying to convince me or yourself there?
Both?
He clears his throat.
Both.
I let out a laugh, and to my surprise, I'm not the only one. He chuckles quietly, the soft sounds of his laughter warm and bright. I stare at the door wide-eyed.
I'm sorry, I've never heard you laugh before. It's nice.
Oh. Thank you.
Oh god, it took you 2 months. Oh no. That's a bit like me with Code Realize. I really struggled with the common root of that one. Saying something like you're welcome doesn't feel right, so I say nothing in reply.
In any case, was that all you summoned me for?
No. I wanted to give you something in return for your tapestry, but I couldn't think of what I could give.
Oh, well, to be fair, that was to thank you first. So if you gave me something in return, it'd start the cycle all over again.
I see. In that case, may I ask you a question?
I know, right? And that's how I felt too. The characters are all quite funny, really. Yeah, awkward and cute describes him well.
Of course.
Will you return with another tapestry and describe it to me?
I blink in surprise.
Did you like the first so much?
I did. Your work is beautiful, RF. I can only wish that I could create something that would give you the same feelings as I have from receiving it. You are gifted. I wish that I could see your work with my own eyes.
Why don't you then? I'm guessing you have a physical body too, right? You mentioned not being human any longer, so I've been thinking about what you could be and nothing came to mind.
Oh.
He trails off.
I am a cybernetic organism.
Is that why you don't leave the estate?
There's no response from the Nightmare Prince. I'm not surprised since I've gathered by now that he doesn't exactly like to rush when he's thinking. Still, the silence hangs between us, long and thick.
There are many reasons I do not leave the estate. That is one of them, yes.
Well, it doesn't matter to me if you're a cyborg or not. The only thing I hear is the sound of someone who could be a friend.
I see. Thank you. I think I should like to be friends as well.
I hesitate for a long moment. If we're friends, it'd be nice to hear his real voice instead of the distorted one that comes through the speakers. Still, if he's not comfortable with me hear him right now, maybe he will later. An android can hope. I wonder if I can give a smaller request.
Good. But, If you don't mind me asking, if we are to be friends, then may I know your name?
He trails off, then he speaks as if I didn't say anything at all.
I have some things to take care of, but I'll visit again if you don't mind.
Ah, well. I grin giddily. Point 1 for Orav. Roman will be pleased.
I don't mind it. I'd love to have the company.
Goodbye.
Bye.
The chime rings out, leaving me with the knowledge that I'm alone again. I wonder what I should do with my free time. Aside from weaving, there's gotta be something I can do around here. Before I can decide, I hear a chiming sound once again.
RF, if we are to be friends, then you are right. I ought to give you a name to call me by.
Yeah, it must be strange. Oh, I'm curious about his backstory now.
Oh, you don't have to give me one if you don't want to.
I want to.
He pauses so long that I think he will not speak. When he finally does, I can feel the engine steadily humming in my chest in anticipation.
Quentis. I was once called Quentis.
Perhaps it's bizarre, but the relief that rushes through is palpable. Oh god, no. A real name, and one much less intimidating than the Nightmare Prince. Before I can reply, there's a chime that sounds out, signaling his second departure. Touched, I can't express the feelings floating through me. I leave the room, heading for the library. There's actually something on my mind, and I have a feeling neither Victor or Quentis will answer. Yeah, he finally, I guess, sort of sees her as a friend now? When I arrive in the library, to my surprise, Victor's already there, lounging. Should I say something? I wonder. He reads intently so I can clear my throat to let him know that I've arrived.
I know you're here as well. There is no reason to distract me from my reading.
Oh, I guess he wants to be left alone.
Well, I won't bother you. I'm just surprised to see that you can relax.
Usually, I only come to the library for reference books when I'm drawing clothes, but this is the first time I've ever had company. Up the stairs, I can hear Zappa on the second level. As if summoned, he sticks his head out over the railing.
Rev, darling, you've come by at last. Don't think I forgot about our little listening party.
I smile in reply as though I have, well, totally not forgotten what he's talking about.
Oh, right. You wanted to show me your music, right?
Correct. Are you free now, Bluebird?
I shake my head.
Actually, I came to do some research.
To my surprise, Victor looks up in interest, suddenly no longer absorbed in his book.
Oh?
He snaps the massive tome in his lap shut. Before he does though, I do get a glance at the title, a book on gardening. I wonder why he reads a physical book when he can just download, oh my god, I keep on doing that. Download the information much faster. I think to ask, but decide against it. I don't want to annoy Victor any more than I already have. Zappa joins us on the first level. It's cool how there is a whole parallel to Beauty and the Beast, but in this case, Beast gives her the freedom of choice right away. That's true, it does give, yeah, you got a point there. That's true, you kind of see a bit of a parallel there. Oh yeah, that's true, oh my gosh. Canity, that's so true. Zappa using a bit too much of auto-tunes. Imagine if you walk in to see him and he's just a brain in a jar, yeah. With like wires tied to it.
I'm certain I can help with that.
I wanted to research cyborgs.
Victor's gaze turns sharp.
Why?
I need to know more about the Nightmare Prince, that's why.
He told you of his status?
I figured out his status, as you put it. For the most part, basically, yes. Quentis confirmed it for me.
Zappa's been looking back and forth between us, but when he hears the name, he doesn't react. Victor's eyebrow, however, lifts.
Wait, I'm not caught up. Bluebird, who's Quentis?
Virtue. Victor ignores him.
You know his real name as well? How?
He told it to me just now. I tried to find out when I first got here, but it didn't really work out. That said, it really seems the tapestry cheered him up.
I smile brightly, but Victor looks as though he's a loss for words. Zappa insists again.
Come on, don't leave me out of the loop.
Normally, I would be irritated beyond belief that you disobeyed a simple rule.
I love Victor. He makes me laugh. But gee, I'm the same. I love long hair. Though in this case, I actually like another one called Diego. He's really like a bit head in the clouds, I think. Oh dear. I interject quickly.
You told me I wouldn't meet him, but you didn't say I couldn't meet him. As in, take the initiative to meet him.
Wait a second. Are you guys talking about the Nightmare Prince? You met the Nightmare Prince?
I turn to him.
I wouldn't say met, since I haven't seen his face. But we're on speaking terms, yes.
How?
If I told you that you wouldn't meet him, does that not imply that going to his room and trying to speak directly to him is a non-negotiable faux pas as well?
I grin up at him.
Only technically. Literally, no.
Victor, I'm loving how much of an, you know, I yeah, I love Arab's personality. It just makes me laugh. She's so cheeky.
Well,
oh God, what have I done?
Well, in any case, what's done is done. And Master Roman wishes that the two of you will get closer
I love
and draw
that.
Quintus from his shell. I'll allow it.
So he has long hair too. I don't tell him that it's a bit late for permission. Instead, I move on to my next subject at hand. My main subject at hand, even.
I guess I can just ask you. I know that humans can be divisive, but is it such a bad thing to be part machine?
Yeah, I'm still streaming. I'll probably finish after, like, this particular part finishes, though. Kayla's lovely, I'm guessing. The YouTuber that does Brothers Conflict videos. At least that's who I think of in otome community anyway. Victor and Zappa exchange looks. Zappa is thoughtful for a moment.
I've only been in a physical body for a year or so, but I admit, I have noticed my fans are less adoring when I walk the streets. I never connected the dots, though.
Victor nods in agreement.
It is as Zephyr says. In human eyes, so it seems. The more machine you are, the less human you are. And humans certainly do look down on those who are less human than more.
That's...
I trail off.
Linthus never treated me that way. He was always... He treated me like a daughter.
Or at least what I imagine a daughter is treated like. Victor seems to gather as much, his eyebrows lifting ever so slightly.
So Quintus is rejected because he is... well, like us.
It sounds sucky when you put it that way, but yeah, guess so.
Precisely put.
I feel a crushing weight as I imagine what Quintus has been facing all along. Facing all alone. No wonder Roman wants to betray him? God, completely opposite words. No wonder Roman wants me to befriend him. Another human might reject him, but a rogue like myself, maybe I could just find our commonalities and bring us closer together.
I thought humans liked androids. As our creators, they should. Shouldn't they?
For me, there is something about... Yeah, long hair's good, but like, in real, I don't really have that much of a preference, really. As long as it's not something stupid, I'm okay with it.
It's not as though we chose to be created.
Or to become self-aware rogues, as in my case.
Humans are pretty fickle, Bluebird. I told you I'm getting replaced by a newer model, but there was a time when my tickets would sell out within minutes.
Oh, bless him.
I didn't need an upgrade. I mean, really, it doesn't make sense to have that much success and still get replaced. Especially when my virtual model was good enough.
Oh. Oh, wow. Okay. So he's got really long hair then. Oh, so you like the oh, okay, that's interesting, Rose. By stupid, you mean the coconut haircut? Oh god. Sorry, just getting comfy. There's just something with guys with long hair. I don't know what it is, especially in like otome games. There's just something about it. Victor snorts.
The day a human makes sense is the day a pig can take flight, or however the human phrase goes.
I don't correct him, instead nodding in agreement. I find myself standing there awkwardly. Victor's never said so much to me at one time, so I can't help but feel as though I'm a bother.
Well, I won't annoy you anymore.
Bisexual panic.
Thank you for your answers. Zephyr, can I ask for your assistance?
Of course, Bluebird.
What is this Bluebird thing? Is it like his... I keep on thinking of Twitter. It makes me... I don't know.
Wait, there's just one thing I'd like to say, Alrev.
Zappa almost had long hair. Why did you remove his hair, Menard?
If it has to do with the young master, it is no annoyance. I have kept watch over him since he was a mere boy. As such, I am invested in the young master's future.
He'd be too hot then. Oh, it's a famous song. Second adore, you're already like...
If you are able to help him, I will support you, no matter the cost.
I touch my chest slightly.
Thank you, Victor.
He nods once, then returns to his book. Zappa leads me to another section of the library which has an interactive interface. We both ignore it. After all, it's made for human touch and my hands will be ignored. Instead, Zappa gives me the network passcode so I can connect to the machine directly by placing my hand against a metal surface. Right away, my eyes light up as I download the information directly from the machine. Oh! Go on to tell me then. Cyborgs. The definition pops up right away. A portmanteau of cybernetics and organism. But I want more than that. How did Quentis become a cyborg in the first place? I search fruitlessly for a moment when Zappa speaks from his spot beside me.
I have some search suggestions.
Too much fabulousness. Okay, guy in otome games often confuses me with what their haircut actually like. The worst case is probably in CM characters. I always spend so much time. Shiraishi in Color Malice, his hair's a little bit like he just got out of bed and didn't do anything with it. Wait, so I haven't played Hakuoki, like I've only played a bit of Kyoto Winds, but I didn't realize that they cut their hair. Bluebird is the name of his fandom. I love those overcomplicated character designs, like how long does it take to get that hair and clothes ready in the morning? Let's not talk about Kent from Amnesia.
Do you know how long the Nightmare Prince has been here?
Victor's words come back to me.
The Nightmare Prince has not left the estate in 12 years.
More than a decade.
Maybe you can narrow the articles down by...
By year. Got it.
You can also look for news on cyborgs, as well as his real name. Maybe you can find something, Bluebird.
Quintus was a minor 12 years ago. I don't think any articles will have his name in them.
Don't worry, Rose Lover. That's not really much of a like spoiler. I knew they were kind of gonna swap to Western styles because of like some art I've seen, but I didn't know that they get their hair cut. That's all. That's so sad. Even Hijikata, the main guy, cut his hair. They just wake up beautiful and stunning. Naomi. I thought it might be Kent. Zappa shrugs.
Since we're in an opulent mansion, RF, I have a feeling people will know who his parents are.
I searched the internet. Specifically, I'm looking for news articles from over a decade ago, right around the time Victor said he'd started caring for Quintus. Then I find it. A set of articles dated from 12 years ago.
Local child to be the first to have a completely reconstructed body.
Oh god. I read steadily and not in my stomach.
A young survivor of the Red Rails train accident that resulted in the deaths of over 200 passengers will be receiving the first of a total 20 surgeries in an attempt to reconstruct his body. The surgeries, said to have a projected cost of 60 million credits, have sparked a debate of the quality of life this young child will grow to have, as his prosthetics will need to be replaced as he grows. Cyborg activists are hoping that this will be a major step forward in cyborg rights, as those with cybernetic parts are still considered subhumans due to the loss of their natural body parts.
Just as I thought. Victor wasn't kidding when he said that cyborgs were looked down upon. A quick glance at the comment section makes me wish I hadn't. Has Quintus seen these things? Read them? I think to read on, but decide against it.
I want to know what this Red Rails accident is all about, but I want to hear it from him. Or someone. Anyone in this house.
I'd help you, but I've seen neither hide nor hair of this Quintus. That said, I'll be rooting for you. And in the meantime,
He grins.
don't forget to check out my music, Bluebird.
He's obsessed. I love it how things are getting serious and we're like, it's supposed to be emotional. He's still going on about his bloody music.
Sure thing. Right after I read a little more.
I have a feeling that discovering more about the accident won't make me very happy, but if this is how I can support Quintus, then I am all too willing to try. And I think I will end this stream here. Let me save it. I'll save it at the top. I think. Actually, no. I'll save it here. Yeah. Okay. I honestly wonder how society would actually see Cyborg if they were some. Yeah, I know, right? I don't know how people would like see them and view them and feel about them. I feel like a lot of people might see them in a way where, you know, when someone has a sort of a leg replacement looking thing. Like with curiosity, maybe. I think a person is not human anymore only because his body is mechanical now. I know, right? I can feel like it's gonna get all angsty and stuff. Oh, Rose Lover. Well, you know, I do stream quite a lot, so I'm sure like you'll manage to catch me again sometime. I went on a roller coaster ride. So many emotions. I feel like it's gonna get like really, you know, like emotional, and yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Ooh. Cyborg's at least 65% machine. Okay, that's good to know. That's such like a particular number, isn't it? I didn't know that. Good to know. Good to know. But anyway, thank you for coming along. It was lots of fun. I've got another game that I will be streaming, Glass Heart, I believe, at some point. So it will be kind of like, I'll probably be streaming a little bit of this and a little bit of that. It will be kind of like, if you know what I mean. So it should be lots of fun. Zappa's fandom is called Bluebird. Oh, right, okay. So that's why he keeps on calling us Bluebird. Bless him. Okay, Canty. Well, I'm glad you're able to enjoy it. That's good. But yeah, hopefully you all enjoyed it. As always, guys, thank you very much for coming along. It was lots of fun. Remember to like and subscribe if you enjoyed the content. And hopefully I will see you in another of my videos or streams. Bye!